Well, good morning and welcome to the Grow Omaha Show, brought to you by Dingman's Collision Center and Cheer Athletics. My tenacious co-host, Jeff Beals, is taking the weekend off to spend it with his family. However, I am pleased to have a longtime friend, TJ Twit, and his longtime friend, Mike App, join us on the show today. While both of them have real day jobs, they also have a passion for music. Welcome to Grow Omaha, TJ and Mike.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks.
Excellent. And when you hear about Maha these days, you might be thinking, make America great or make America healthy again, right?
No, make America happy again.
Nothing wrong with either of those.
Well, both of these guys look pretty healthy and happy. While these guys look very healthy and happy, their version of Maha is short for Omaha, I would imagine.
You nailed it.
Wow, you guys are serious focus groups for that one. They're here to tell us about an amazing day of celebration of music, community, and culture next Saturday. Mark your calendars, August 2nd at Heartland of America Park on the Omaha's riverfront, all new and fresh and shiny. And it's going to start at 2 p.m. August 2nd. Before we learn all about the Maha Music Festival, I want to thank our title sponsors, Dingman's Collision Center, which we'll get to in the next segment, and Cheer Athletics. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have kids or grandkids and you want them to develop tumbling and stunting skills, as well as become mature adults, shake adults' hands, look at them in the eye, which is a great start, you could do no better than going to caomaha.com to register your athlete and join the All-Star Cheer Revolution. In 2028, All-Star Cheer is actually an Olympic sport. Do you guys have your kids in All-Star Cheers?
It'd be kind of funny for a 17-year-old boy to be in cheer.
No, there's a few of them.
Really?
Absolutely. You should sign up. And I signed up, and they said there's some age requirements and athletic ability requirements. Located at 14620 Gold Coast Road in Papillion, Cheer Athletics Omaha competes at the highest level of all-star cheer, which differs from the traditional school cheer teams, in that its primary purpose is its competition, while school cheer involves crowd leading and other school roles. This is an option for competition and personal development. It is time for the development news of the week, sponsored by Eagle Mortgage. You guys have probably heard the commercials for Eagle Mortgage, haven't you?
Of course.
We love our friend Holly Schneiderwind. Eagle Mortgage Company, they're family owned. The Schneiderwinds have incredible mortgage brokers. They're not a bank. So if you go and you want to, let's say this is a time where you're going to go look for homes, go get pre-qualified at Eagle Mortgage Company. What you do is you go there, you tell them what you want, they figure out what you can afford, and they shop the different lenders so you can sit back, concentrate on which house you're going to get. So EagleMortgageCompany.com is where it's at for you. What have you guys heard about the corner of 14th and Dodge, the old Union Pacific, where it was torn down, right?
Right.
Do you remember, like 15, 20 years ago? TJ, full disclosure, is in the same business I am. We're friendly competitors. We've done deals together. And 14th and Dodge it's owned by the city of Omaha.
Right.
It was the old Union Pacific. And there's talk that Union Pacific is buying a new railroad. Have you heard about that?
Yes, I've heard about that.
So are you involved in that deal?
No.
How cool would that be, right? So here's what I could see happening. There's also talk about, I think it's about 27 acres north of Charles Schwab Field, where the College World Series is played. And that land, there's a lot of talk about maybe Union Omaha Soccer could go there. Maybe it could be retail, mixed-use development, and things like that. And this is all rumors and speculation at this point, of course. And could it be if if the city owns that lot and Union Pacific is buying a new railroad, could there be a swap going on? And how cool would it be if we had a major soccer field and a mixed-use development, and Union Pacific, with their growth, if they need another building or something like that, that'd be pretty good for Omaha, wouldn't it?
Be great.
Do you think it'll happen?
I hope so.
I think it'd be great, and so we have to watch what's going on there. That thing was going to be Wall Street Tower is going to be a tall glass tower. A developer out of Kansas City that did a similar project, and then it came back to the city, and then Lanahaw Development had it, I believe, and then Lanahaw traded land where the Omaha Public Library, the W.Dale Clark Library was, which is going to be the tallest building in Omaha, and so that's a prime piece. And there's always a lot of, when it comes to economic development in Omaha, guys, there's so many great charitable organizations. There's so many great stakeholders, none other than Walter Scott, and there's countless others that during their lifetimes and their current lifetimes now do some amazing projects. But the problem is when you have a not-for-profit development, the tax base isn't helped by that. And so the city and the coffers, we want to see great charitable things like you've got the Omaha Children's Museum going to go up, and a lot of other projects are announced. But this site could be a great office building, and then you've got the Civic Square, which White Lotus announced plans and got accepted by the city council. How important, TJ, is it for downtown Omaha to keep reinvesting and keep growing up and have different offerings?
I think it's really important. I think it's very important for any major city to have a vibrant downtown and a central business district. And I'd like to see the sites that are appropriate for big buildings have big buildings on them.
Right, and there's still room. And the other thing too that we've talked about, Jeff and I talked about on the show in previous episodes, is that I think it's Omaha Public Market, and there's a website for it. Mm-hmm. And down by the riverfront, probably near the skate ribbon, would be like maybe a 15,000 square foot public market. Like you go to these big cities, Philadelphia, other places, and there's a big giant meat market, and there's like
an indoor farmers market.
Yeah, there's seafood. Yeah. There's arts and crafts and restaurants, and you go in there and bars and things like that. But even if that happens, you still need to build up.
Right. Yeah.
And so whether it's apartments or condos or things like that, I mean, it'll be great. And I love how this stuff that Mutual of Omaha didn't have to go build there.
Right.
It'd be a lot cheaper to build a campus out west. Mm-hmm. And so kudos to those people that take these risks.
I agree.
You've done your share of development, haven't you?
I mean,
you're more of an investment guy.
I like to think so, yeah.
So that's good. And let's see, what else is going on in this fair city of ours? There is a 55 plus senior living project, which is planned for a 3-acre lot southwest of 192nd and Adams. Talking about going from downtown to out west. It's in the Falling Waters subdivision. According to city council documents, the project will consist of 88 unit apartment buildings. The city council is currently reviewing the amendment for the mixed use development agreement. When there's been a lot of talk about we're short thousands of single family apartments, and I remember 30 years ago in this business, apartments were getting built for maybe $100,000 a unit, yeah. and now they're lucky if they can get by with $200 a unit or $200,000 a unit, and so kudos to people that go out west because they're not getting the historic tax credits for remodeling. They're not getting tax increment financing. Now they can get things for energy efficiency and what's called PACE.
Yeah.
And they're building. And are you surprised that the amount of development in our city is is so strong given the cost of land, given the cost of everything.
Yeah. I mean, the apartment, the whole apartment universe is something that's fascinating to me because it just seems like there's a limitless appetite for more apartments.
Right.
And so every time everywhere you look, and every time you turn around, there's a new apartment complex being built. But yeah, I mean, the cost of construction and the cost of land, it somehow obviously works because, like I said, they're everywhere.
And now we're seeing a lot of with basically freestanding apartments where you're seeing these townhomes and things that act like single family homes, look like single family homes, but they're for rent.
So wait, tell the dumb guy in the room, and that'd be me. If there's all
Mike
this
App.
demand for all of this new multifamily, where are the people living now?
In their parents' basement, and let's keep that for the next segment or later on because we have to take a short break, and that was your development news of the week, sponsored by Eagle Mortgage. Go to eaglemortgagecompany.com. I'm Trenton Magid. Jeff Beals will join us again, actually in 2 weeks, and I am here with my friends and my new friend TJ Twit and Mike App. You're listening to 1110 KFAB. We'll be right back. And welcome back to the Grow Omaha Show, sponsored by Dingman's Collision Center and Cheer Athletics. I am Trenton Magid. This is not Jeff Beals. Jeff Beals is taking the weekend off to hang with his family, but I am joined by two very capable fellas that are going to tell us about an exciting new, enhanced music festival. Mike App, and Mike, you are you're a fabulous guy, but you are also with Bridges Trust, and you're my neighbor up at 133rd in California. You are a wealth manager, but you do a lot more at Bridges Trust. Tell us about it.
Well, it's a company that's been around since 1945, growing its business, was the first investment advisor in the state of Nebraska, had the first mutual fund in the state of Nebraska. And we do basically core four things, which is investment management, trust and estate administration, philanthropy advisory services, and we have a family office group.
I know that your founder, Mike McCarthy, who's legendary in investments in Omaha, Council Bluffs, and he, he's had a number of very successful partnerships. I have friends that are in some of those partnership groups. Is he still doing that for high net worth individuals?
Well, so he remains chairman of McCarthy Group. That's actually an outfit that's now run by a gentleman named Patrick Duffy. Mike actually offices at Bridges Trust with us, and he spends most of his time there. He's also chair of the Union Pacific Railroad. He's got a couple of other charitable things that he does. So Mike's a busy guy. Yeah,
and all of you have been great for the city of Omaha. TJ Twit, the name rings a bell. You have a beautiful family. I've met your parents. I've met your siblings, and big fan of your sister, Chris. And your family had a mortuary in, is it Carroll, Iowa?
That's right.
All right. And you've kind of moved on since then. And
I did move on since then.
In addition to being in a very great bar band and being a musician, and I've seen you play a couple times actually. Do you have any day jobs?
Yeah, I work at the Lund Company, Cushman Wakefield.
Oh yeah, we're friendly competitors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And what do you do there?
I am a executive vice president of investment services.
Excellent. And I know you've done some humongous deals. You're a wonderful person. At least that's what your sister told me. And I'm welcome because both of you guys. It's the first time on the show. And you know who hasn't been on the show? Let's see. There's a gentleman. This is our 1,127th week of John Lund not being on our radio show. And just to put it in perspective, his son's been on it about 3 times. Many other people that work at Lund Company have been on the show. It's 7,891 days since our first show in January 10th of 2004, and 21.6 years. So, John, keep grinning, baby. He's always listening. No, we love John and Vanita Lund, more Vanita. So you guys are here for a purpose, and your main purpose is, other than being great guys and friends of the show, and you tell us the history of Outlandia and the Maha music festivals.
Well, Maha really started in '09 as a result of a friend of ours, Tyler Owen, who I had met long ago and discovered that we liked a lot of the same music together. And what we found was we were going to places like Kansas City, Denver, Chicago to see those bands. And one day he comes to me and he says, "Why don't we bring the bands here? Let's start a music festival." And that was in late '08. The first festival was downtown on the riverfront, the old Lewis and Clark Landing.
Any idea how many people?
Well, that's funny. One of our co-founders, Trey Brashear, was assigned the task of telling the public how many people were at the festival. So while
Was it the Donald Trump approach of how many people were there?
Kind of more art than science, maybe.
Attendance inflation, perhaps is the phrase.
Okay.
We sold a few hundred tickets that first year, but I think Trey claimed that we sold 2,000 and that there were 3,000 or 4,000 people on the riverfront.
That works. Well, fake it till you make it. And so from there, what happened the second year?
Well,
did it come the second year too?
The story is we were $45,000 in the hole after year one, and you don't not pay your bills in this town and live to see another year. So
that's why you brought Tyler on?
The founders, the founders each equally kicked in to fund the next year. And then the next year was again down on the riverfront, which is where we're back this year in 2025, back to the roots.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you this a few times, but you got to get on. Is there a website?
Yes, mahafestival.com.
Mahafestival.com.
And we'd especially like you to go to mahafestival.com/tickets.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And this is Saturday, August 2nd, 2 p.m., and it's going to go late in the night? Or
11 p.m., yeah.
11.
So the gates actually open at 1. First band goes on at 2.
Do you allow beach balls?
I don't know if we allow beach balls.
You
I
can
would
find
say,
it on the website.
Yeah, I'd say find out, yeah.
Find it on the website. Okay, so you took some years off during COVID, I'd imagine.
Mm-hmm. We took 1 year off during COVID.
Oh, that's it. Oh, so that's great. Okay, so this is the Pixies, which people should have heard of. There's some bands that people have heard of. There's some bands that people probably haven't heard of. So how do you decide what bands are going to play the festival?
Great question. So we partner with a production company, local production company, 1% Productions, and we have some influence and some input on which bands are chosen. Mostly with the headliner, right? So we had a lot of input on which headliner, and then we look at a number of factors, but really what we want is bands that will get people there early, get people buying beer and buying food and buying T-shirts for the entire 9 hours.
To fund it and make this bigger and better, I assume this is originally this was a nonprofit.
It is.
Not by choice.
It still is nonprofit.
Yeah.
If there's such a thing as a for-profit music festival, that would be a foreign concept for us. Yeah.
Right. And the truth is that if it wasn't for a gentleman like this and the people that they work with to bring these types of shows and entertainment to Omaha, it'd be a sad place. And we're really lucky that you guys, it might be a labor of love, but you're not doing it to put money in your pocket. You're doing it to get the bands that you love and the culture and to give people an offering. So are you getting all ages at this show?
Yeah, I mean, we'll get I think kids under 10 and get in free, and
That's right.
and we'll have there's no age limit either. So we'll have fans of all ages for sure.
What are the food offerings?
We have
That's why I'd be
6
going.
food trucks, and I don't.
Eat Creamery,
Thank you.
Rutabagas, Parthenon. I'm going to get the list for you, Trent. I don't have them memorized. Sarah Baker Hansen, our media manager, is going to kill me for not managing. Sorry, Sarah.
That's right. They can call Sarah Baker. She'll know. She's a friend of the show.
You to back up, you talked about the not-for-profit piece. There's actually a reason behind that, and when we first started having conversations to put this show on, John Heaston, may he rest in peace, was one of the first people we went to talk to about this, and he was encouraging us to set it up as a business so that we could profit from it. And it was really Tyler's and my decision to make it a not-for-profit, and that was really because we wanted buy-in from the community. We didn't think we would be able to raise money from people unless we were doing it for the community instead of for ourselves. And so that, in fact, is how we got Trey Brashear involved. At that time, he was an attorney. In fact, he was my family's attorney, and we called him and said, hey, would you please incorporate us as a 501c3? And then the fourth leg to the original stool was Mike Toohey, who runs a distribution business here in town.
So whether it's not-for-profit or for-profit, the important thing is to make it sustainable and lasting and
right.
create something that Omahans will be proud of and people that come from all 50 states to the event. We have got to take our middle of the show break, and you guys are listening to Trenton Magid, Mike App, TJ Twit, and we're going to be right back in 2 minutes and 2 seconds or just a little bit longer. And welcome back to the Omaha Show, sponsored by Dingman's Collision Center and Cheer Athletics, right here on 1110 KFAB. I am Trenton Magid. My co-founder and sidekick has the weekend off. I am joined here by my friends TJ Twit and Mike App, talking about the Maha Music Festival, which is going to be August 2nd, next Saturday, starting at 2 p.m., and it's going to go to about 11 o'clock on the riverfront. So you have to check it out. Go to mahafestival.com?
You got it.
/tickets.
Thank you, Trenton.
You got it. So Dingman's Collision Center is a family that is third generation, maybe even fourth now, of expert collision repair, and they also do mechanical now. Excuse me, there's 4 Omaha locations. They've been in Omaha since 1996, and they win Best of Omaha every year, and just nice people. And they're going to have a location coming to Gretna. That'll be the 5th location, and I get the pleasure of working with them on their real estate portfolio. But more than anything else, there's honest people. They make sure the insurance companies give you what you paid for with your insurance, and I can't say enough great things about Dingman's Collision Center. I want to talk about the Development Spotlight sponsored by Noddle Companies. And Noddle Companies is a name you hear us talk a lot about. There's Sam Noddle, there's Jay Noddle, there is Aaron Noddle, but there's a huge group that puts on Noddle Companies. For the last 50 years, they've done huge projects, mixed-use developments, places, Exarban Village, Kiewit headquarters, the Builders District, Valmont Industries, and back in the day, First National Business Park, and that just to name a few. And so I wanted to just highlight what Noddle Companies has completed over 50 years in business. 150 office, retail, mixed-use commercial developments in 17 states, and their reach, more than 20 states over time. They manage and they've built over 8 million square feet. The firm is one of the largest developers of community shopping centers, mixed-use developments, and office buildings in the Midwest. And what's really exciting today, starting at noon to 5, they're actually having at Sonny's, which is that Airstream trailer at Exarban Village, they're bringing in, there's a company that does this, they're bringing in pools. So they're actually having a pool party at Exarban Village. I've got my Speedo on, and I brought some of my older Speedos for the fellas to wear. And so go have a drink, go play cornhole, go listen to the tasty tunes, and hang out at Exarban Village, and you can get excited for the Maha Festival, which will be next Saturday down on the riverfront. So we're talking about the Maha Music Festival. The Omaha music scene, Mike App, you're a purveyor and you frequent these things. And what would you say about the overall independent music scene?
Yeah, so Maha was born out of the work that the Saddle Creek folks did in terms of putting us on the music map. But what I would say is that what we experienced from a supply of good music in the mid-2000s has exploded. It's remarkable what Mark Leibowitz and Jim Johnson at 1% Productions have done with the Waiting Room, with Reverb Lounge, with Astro Theater, with purchasing the Sokol and rebranding it
Admiral.
the Admiral today. Slow Down down on 14th and Cumming has regular show. It's remarkable. I don't know if you pay attention to Jim Mingy's Dispatch, where he lists what's going on each week, or Mark Manor has something called Omaha Buzz.
Are those websites?
They're both websites. Mark Manor's Omaha Buzz is on Substack, and then Jim at the Dispatch is a website. That's a good one that complements your Grow Omaha. In fact, I read his newsletter as religiously as I read yours each week.
And I appreciate that. And so what he's talking about, ladies and gentlemen, there's a gentleman behind the camera named Chris Corey, and he and his wife, Jennifer Corey, have Arbor Creative, and they built our website, but they also really refreshed it within the last year. We have 55,000 Facebook followers for a reason. So everybody, if you go to growomaha.com, everything at Grow Omaha Media is free. And all you do is you sign up for a newsletter that goes into your inbox every Thursday afternoon. We have unbelievable sponsors. You've heard about some of them already. But Grow Omaha Media is three things. It's a Facebook page that leads you mainly to our website. The website has 14 contributors. Everything, basically, we cover everything, all the news you need to know for free. We don't cover religion, we don't cover politics, and we don't cover crime. Other than that, it's the hard news that Omaha needs. And time again, I hear from these guys and other people that it's the number one news source in Omaha, and we strive to do that. We grow by about 400 to 500 followers on Facebook every week. So be part of the Grow Omaha Nation and or city, whatever you want to call it. Jeff and I call ourselves Omaha famous, and we hope
Without
that,
a doubt.
Yeah, we hope that that people follow. And we have arts and entertainment on there as well, and philanthropy and all kinds of stuff. But do we need to do a better job? And I know these guys have Substack and they have their websites and stuff like that. But TJ, do we need to do a better job of announcing the live music in town?
Couldn't hurt. I mean, we appreciate the opportunity to talk about Maha, but there is an abundance of live music. Like Mike said, it is really kind of multiplied. And there's a show that you probably want to go see every night.
And
and you got to throw in there the Steelhouse, Omaha Performing Arts. You've got
That's beautiful.
CHI, the touring events that come in. It's just fantastic how much we have.
A lot of great venues.
And the Astro indoors and outdoors in La Vista. Do you think you're getting people from all 50 states at this event? Are there groupies that follow the circuit?
Yeah, there's groupies that follow the bands for sure. But over the course of the last 16 years, we've sold tickets in every single one of the 50 states.
And this is just like the College World Series, all the events that the swim trials when we had them for 4 different times. All of these kind of things, they put Omaha on the map, and they get people to Omaha. We don't have to make excuses about there's nothing to do in Omaha. I got news for you. If you're bored in Omaha, you're going to be bored in New York or London or Paris. Well, London or Paris, you might have to watch yourself. But it's so great when we have people on the show and we see people paying it forward. And that's really what you guys are doing with this concert venue. You guys could be doing a lot of other stuff with your families, and but your love for music helps people out, and people are going to see bands that maybe they haven't even heard of. But
we should talk about the bands.
Let's talk about them.
So TJ was instrumental in getting this year's lineup together.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, Tyler and Tyler Owen worked with Jim and Mark at 1% Productions to book the bands. I mean,
they're really affordable at 1%.
Exactly. Well, they were instrumental in helping us. Obviously, they're the booking agent, and they
Pixies was a huge.
The Pixies was a huge get. I mean, when we picked the date, part of the reason that we picked the date was because the Pixies were available to headline the show.
And that allowed us to get the other band.
Exactly, and so that it all kind of falls in line. When you book a legendary rock band like the Pixies, people want to play.
That's awesome.
So
People
who
wanna
said
play on the
yes,
lineup.
DJ? Who else?
So we have, and I'll go in order. So first notably played at 2:00 by Little Brazil, local band. Then we have Silver Sun Pickups. Then we have. Thanks for putting this in front of me. Magdalena Bay, Band of Horses, Waxahachie, and the Pixies will take us home.
It's just fun to say Waxahachie. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have one more short break to go through until we get to the Perkins Kreitzer construction lightning round. We've got a ton of information that we're going to talk about: openings, closings, new businesses, new projects. Stick with us right here on 1110 KFAB. And welcome back to the Groma Show, brought to you by Dingman's Collision Center and Cheer Athletics. I am Trenton Magid. Jeff Beals is off this weekend, and I am here with TJ Twit and Mike App, who are instrumental, see how he did that, in the Maha Music Festival, which is going to be 2 o'clock next Saturday at the riverfront. You guys said that it's going to be kind of on the north side of Heartland of America Park, and where can people park?
They can park all over. I mean, there's a lot of I think there's something like 16,000 parking stalls that are within a 3-block radius of the west the entrance of the park. So any Omaha Park.
Okay. I'm sure it's all on your website.
It's on the website. Yeah, there's going to be there'll be a map that shows all of the parking garages that are available.
Well, and two other. I mean, Orbit literally drops off right there in front of the park.
Yeah.
So you can take Orbit, and then
we'll have a rideshare location as well for Uber and Lyft.
So go to mahafestival.com.
/tickets,
of course, and get that done. So thanks for that, you guys. It is time for the lightning round, brought to you by Perkins Kreitzer Construction. Perkins Kreitzer Construction, which is p-cconstruction.com, is led by a very capable gentleman by the name of Dave Kreitzer, and they have a group of professionals many with over 30 years of experience. They do they're commercial general contractor, Class A, that works on projects from small renovations and repairs to multi-million-dollar new developments, experienced in healthcare, retail, office, educational, religious, industrial, and financial institutions. And they not only cover Omaha and Council Bluffs, but they go quite the radius around here. And one of their projects we'll start off with on the lightning round is Riddle's Jewelry is planning to open 2 additional Omaha area locations by the end of this year. The Rapid City, South Dakota-based retailer has more than 60 stores in 10 states. They're currently in Westroads Mall. That'll remain open, and the second location will be at Shadow Lake Town Center. So give Perkins Kreitzer Construction a call for all your construction needs. Let's see what is going on in our fair city. Have you guys heard of the Mill Coffee and Tea? Mm-hmm. They're going to open a second location in early 2027. It's going to be a while, at 222 South 15th Street, inside the former Starbucks and the Duo. So this is Todd Stands.
Oh yeah.
And that's beautiful. That's going to be 700 apartments there. That's the Central Park Plaza. Mm-hmm. This is the former Starbucks space, but the Lincoln-based coffee shop opened its first location in Omaha in 2023 at 3105 Leavenworth in Midtown. Who says that we need more Mexican restaurants? Mike?
Mexican is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of Mexican restaurants, and there's different variations. And Flora Cafe, a Mexican brunch restaurant, opened earlier this month at 1009 Farnham Street along the south side of the Gene Leahy Mall, taking over the former Matsu Sushi space. We've got a lot of sushi places here, too, which I love sushi. And the restaurant serves authentic Mexican brunch and features an outdoor patio. Hours are 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Friday and Saturday. Now, here's a big one that people are talking about. If we don't have enough Mexican restaurants or vape shops, we need drive-through coffee, damn it.
Oh, man. Absolutely.
As previously reported, Arkansas-based coffee chain 7 Brew Coffee. Have you heard of that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's entering the market with locations in Fremont, Omaha, which is at 182nd and West Maple Road, and Council Bluffs. Next week, the Council Bluffs City Council will review a resolution for the development plan of the location at 2901 West Broadway, formerly a U.S. Bank location. The existing bank will be demolished. Plans show a coffee kiosk building with a drive-through and a separate storage and cooling building, whatever that is. Maybe it's for the HVAC.
Maybe.
The store, yeah. You don't see them separate very often, that size of building. The store will be drive-through only. Have you heard of something called The Scene, which is going to be in the Builders District?
I have not.
I have not.
The Scene?
Yeah.
What is The Scene, Trenton?
I'm glad you asked. The event venue known as The Scene is planning to open this fall in the former Urban Outfitters location, which is right next to
Slow down.
right next to the Slowdown at 745 North 14th Street in the Builders District. The 2-story, 8,500 square foot North Downtown space is between Rally Coffee and the Slowdown, a live music venue. Urban Outfitters moved out to Village Point about 5 years ago, leaving the space vacant ever since. We have a lot of event center spaces. Have you noticed that?
We do.
And it's nice. And if you want to know about event center spaces, go to growomaha.com, and we have a whole thing. Cam Vosick, one of our contributors, all you do is you type in like what part of town, how many people you have. You know, this is for all kinds of different parties, weddings, family reunions, and it'll give you a list, whether you have a caterer, whether just all kinds of different points you put in there, and it'll tell you what's available. So that's kind of cool. The Lemon Tree Cafe has reopened at 7614 Main Street in Ralston following a fire on March 6th. Family-owned breakfast and brunch spot has added menu items. So that was a fast hour. And I want to thank our guests, Mike App and TJ Twit, and encourage everybody to go to the Maha Music Festival. Next Saturday at 2 o'clock at the Riverfront. I'm Trenton Magid, and we appreciate everyone listening. See you next week.
If you like this video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, Grow Omaha is not just media. This is a mission. We are trying to build up Omaha and make it an even better place. We can only do that with your help. Share this video with your friends, neighbors, and family.